Hello, hello. It is day 330 of my 365-day raw suspending disbelief journey. Oh my gosh, I'm caught up, you guys. This is for March 18th, 2025. I'm actually caught up doing this on schedule. Wow. So yesterday was actually Casey's first day back to school, but she was with my ex. And so I had, a day with no kids at home, but it was still a day of, like I mentioned, it was resetting and releasing and stuff like that. So I didn't have a ton of time and things that I could accomplish and all of that yesterday. So this was the first day though that she was home with me in the morning and then she was at school in the afternoon. And really I just noticed this distinct shift in my energy. So there was this, like, yesterday was like I still needed to just rest and I still needed to let go and I still needed to relax um and not just let go and relax, but also like I was still doing more of the family or home oriented tasks that needed to be done. Over the weekend I was going through, because the weekend before I had cleared out my room, and one of the things that I cleared out my room with the energy and with the stuff was a really big box of stuff that I had set aside to put in my kids' baby books or memory boxes or, whatever. I had just been shoving stuff in there because I wasn't sure what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to let go of and what I was going to need and what I wouldn't, right? So I had this giant box. So I started sorting through that over the weekend while I was just allowing my energy to reset so that I could clear up some of the, past tasks that needed to be done. I did some sewing projects too. Like I was letting my energy just sort of be, but I was also clearing up past stuff. So, today was really the first day of like, okay, I have energy and I have, time, both overlapping. Like, how is this possible? Because it hasn't been like that for literal months, where I've had energy and time to work on business. So I was able to get some business tasks checked off that were important, and like due dates were looming and things like that. So I got those done, which felt amazing. I had a call for my mastermind that I run, and that was great. And just it felt really good to just allow business tasks to happen. So again, like the same thing I was saying yesterday, I really I'm struggling with this idea of like, I shouldn't be prioritizing or, mainly focused on business because I just enjoy it so much. It's what lights me up. And I always say and believe truly, like to the depths of my soul, that we should be following what lights us up. We should be doing what lights us up. And so maybe this is just a temporary energy of like, there's been too many things that have had a pin put in them in my family life and my home life, or, whatever, that just haven't been the top priority for too long. And so my focus has to temporarily shift. I'm not sure. I do think that it's going to be an ongoing permanent setting for how much of a priority my kids are. Not that they weren't a priority for me before, but it's just like I had this, like, yes, they were my priority, but there was like time limits on it. Just like there was time limits on my self-care, or there was time limits on rest and relaxation and resetting, or, any of that. So it feels like, yes, those have become more of a priority, but also, maybe them being the only priority is a temporary thing, right? Like it felt like, okay, maybe I do get to still have business. So maybe a lot of that just had to do with Casey being out of school for so long and the feeling of like, I literally do not have almost any time, right, with no kids at home, because even when the younger two were gone to my ex's, Cadence was home, or there was just always someone here, and so it felt like I never had an uninterrupted free moment. So Yeah, I don't think it just had to do with Casey with school, though. There was also just sort of this energetic shift, probably something astrological. Don't know. There's so much going on astrologically this month. Um, but something shifted in the energy today. So it, it felt really good. But also, it also felt more balanced. Like even while I was working, even while she was gone to school and I had like a 2.5 hour window, right? I didn't just sit and put my head in to work for 2.5 solid hours. I actually kept it balanced. So I would like chunk up a couple of tasks and then I would take a break and go move and, tidy something up in the house. And then I would go back to work for a bit. So it was like this balanced, approach to it. And hopefully, even with that, I was having to sort of suspend disbelief. Like, no, this isn't my only 2.5 hours ever. This is going to be an ongoing thing now that she's back to school and it's okay. And I don't need to try to squish it all in one day. Right. So trying to trust that even though it's been like 2.5 months since I've been able to really work, or even almost 3 months since I've been able to really work, that obviously I'm not going to get it all done in one day. And I don't want to start piling all of the things back on my plate that I have been so um, actively and intentionally trying to remove, right? So I definitely need to keep that in mind, that I'm not trying to fill my plate up again because it's so tempting. It is so tempting. But I'm going to try to be very intentional about that, suspend disbelief that I can really, really deeply prioritize the most important things and that the rest will sort themselves out, or I will get to them eventually, or they're just not going to happen and they're not important, and that's okay. So, yeah, I also did, I had gotten us all memberships for the YMCA, and the kids been doing their activities there, and I had my own membership just so that I could like take them swimming or things like that. But I actually put myself into a couple of classes, and um, so on top of like movement coaching and taking care of my health in that way, I've also added in some activities when either the kids are gone or while they're doing their activities or whatever, that I can um, pour into my cup in a different way than usual, right? Beyond the meditation, beyond yoga at home, or, things like that, that I can actually just participate in a class and have that be something that fills my cup and helps me to be at the level of healthy that I need to maintain the life that I really truly desire, which does include um, working less and being able to do these things with my kids that I really want to do with them, and so on. So anyway, that is what I'm suspending disbelief about right now. And that's what I have for you today. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.